behind the wheel of now for just about a year now. So I thought I'd make a video of what it's like to use as a daily car, because it's my only car at the moment. Well, I borrow my dad's, but that's just for long distances. So yeah, I thought I'd make this video just to give you an idea what it's like to live with a classic car on a daily basis without any other car except my dad's to help you along. Now, I've done many things with this car since I've owned it. I've taken it sideways. With a rather scared passenger. I've joined a convoy of supercars, or gate crashed if you will. I've driven up the infamous Brooklands hill climb. I've taken it right up to 105 miles per hour, which is its top speed. There's proof of 100, I didn't get proof of 105, but you can trust me. 2 girls in the back. I've driven it in light snow that we had in the winter. Put it on a dyno. But it told me it only lost about 1 brake horsepower in all its 43 years, which is fantastic. It shot flames out the exhaust, which was due to a bit of a mechanical error. And I've taken it on a tunnel run with secret cruises in a bunch of R34 GTRs and the like. And so far it hasn't let me down too bad. So yeah, here's an idea what it's like to live with a car like this. First of all, starting it up, especially when it's cold, it paints the fridge that is behind it. So I have to sort of roll it out the garage so I don't paint said fridge. Also, I don't imagine the fumes in a closed garage are very good for your lungs, so it's safer as well to do that. And once it's out the garage, you can tell the telltale signs of a leak, and it does leak a little bit. And yes, as you probably have guessed, it has broken down a few times over the years. I don't know how much I've spent fixing it, but that's part of the cost of the car, really. It is also, despite being classed as a sports car, it is very slow. It's probably about the same acceleration as your average European hatchback. But crucially, it's faster than my brother's car, so that's all good. Due to its unreliability, there's always a bit of cross fingers every time you set off. Luckily, the only things I use this for really are going to the shops, going to a car show, so not yet am I needing it for a proper job, so I don't need that much reliability at the moment. But as it is 43 years old, that means the technology, or lack of, is also 43 years old. So, no power steering, which makes parallel parking a little bit harder than it could be, but it's manageable. No ABS, so stopping will skid. And obviously no central locking, so you can't just open the car from a distance. Now, another thing to do with the cost is the miles to the gallon that it does. I measured it once about 22, which isn't good for a 1.8. Since then I've done a few modifications, so it should be better, but I'd still say it's around about 25, so it's quite expensive to keep it running, as well as the maintenance when it breaks down, obviously. Oh yeah, and the suspension's rubbish. The leaf springs on the back started to bend the other way, So there's quite a few hidden costs to owning a car like this. And to be honest, I think owning a car like this is better than owning, let's just say, my brother's car. To me anyway. This gets a bit of attention. Yes, it is old age pensioners called Brian, but it's nice to have a talk to someone about your car you can share your passion with. It's all fun and games, really. It's just nice to have something different to everyone else. For example, I park it at university on a street full of average student cars, which is like a car that a student would have, and it stands out. It's nice to be different. Yes, that does mean that drunk people will go by it and think they can do a Dukes of Hazzard bonnet slide across the bonnet and scratch it, which means I have to get the T cut out and repair the scratch, and it's just a pain. And obviously, as an automotive photographer, I go to a lot of automotive shows. So it's nice to have a car that I can park within the show as opposed to outside in the public car park. Also, every single problem that does go wrong with the car, I'm not saying there's lots, but there is, teaches me a new thing about how cars work. Everything I need to fix, I learn a new thing about engines. The fuel pump, the ignition, the carburetors, the fan, oil consumption, and the turbo. Nah, it's not got turbo. Also, it can be a bit more practical than you think. I fitted half my university luggage in the car, I fitted my bicycle in the car, and when I went skiing, I fitted a pair of skis and all my luggage in this car. So despite all the negative things about this car, I don't think it's that bad using a car like this on a daily basis. And this is a very personal car to me. I can see a lot of my identity in the car. A lot of owners say that about their cars. It helps that it has my initials and sort of my date of birth in the number plate. And the colour red just seems like my colour as well. And all my friends associate the MGB with me. And when anyone asks you, what was your first car? Some people have to say, oh, it was just some Civic or Corsa, which are great cars, better than this car probably. But I can say, oh yes, it was an MGB. And they say, oh, that's interesting. And it is, it's interesting. That's the purpose of this car, it's interesting. I've been interviewed by magazines just because I'm a young driver owning an old car. My parents' first cars were older than my first car. So is there any haters that say, oh, it's just a slow little classic? Yes, it's slow. But the point of a first car is not speed. The point of a first car is affordability. Okay, that was a bad example. The purpose of the first car is reliability. No. The purpose of the first car is it is a first car. And I'm alright with this being my first. Who knows what my second will be? Hopefully it'll be a bit better than the first. But at the moment, I'm happy. I like it.